Oh, that's nice. Can you hear me playing? Oh. My name is Pashtun Taliban. I am with the New Delhi Korean District Pipe Band. I am the pipe major. And I just want to welcome you to the Chantarant. Oh, you like my satir? Listen to me play. I'm fucking good, eh? Welcome to the Chantarant. On today's episode, we'll be taking a message from Big Rob. There'll be predictions on the UK Championships. And we're going to talk about diversity and pipe bands. Oh, listen to me. You like that, don't you? Thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy the show.
How you all doing? This is Fast Eddie from South Carolina. You're listening to the dirty stories of Josh and Andy on the Chantarant Podcast. Mm-hmm.
Woman in the corner, go playing a role. Leave her ass in the corner to her feet.
Okay.
Well,
Hey, Josh, you know what really pisses me off?
nah, what's that, Andy?
It's when these fucking Scottish guys try to do a podcast again when they haven't done it for so long.
That went somewhere between
Fucking
awful Scottish accent and like surfer dude bro. It's like, dude, when they haven't done it in so long, man.
I think there's some Eddie in there too.
There's a little bit of Eddie in there.
There was
I
a
think.
lot of different stuff going on.
There's a
there.
lot of not good accent.
Apparently, I'm worse at doing accents than they are. So,
well, I thought their American accents were pretty good.
yeah, you know what was good about them? Is they didn't play the stereotype.
You want to know what the best part about them pretending to be us was? For a solid 5 or 6 seconds, they sounded like a legit piping podcast.
Yeah,
Almost.
they did.
Yeah,
They were almost good.
just about. Hello, everybody. I'm Josh. This is the Chantarant Podcast. This is the world's worst bagpiping podcast. You may have heard about this before. Some people like give us shit for like, why don't you guys talk about piping more? And like, it's not really that good of a show. It's like, yeah, we know that. That's why it says the world's worst right on the fucking cover, guys.
Yeah.
But I digress. This is an explicit podcast. We have adult language, themes, situations, background music, and innuendos. So if you are a little bit sensitive, please go ahead and take this opportunity to go listen to something else like The Big Rab Show, The Joe Rogan Experience, episode 7 of the newly reminted Grace Note Vortex podcast, or just the sounds of silence. And with that, I'll give you 5 seconds to listen away. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And
So-
of course, now is as good a time as any to introduce my faithful co-host, Mr. Andy Fusco,
That's me.
and our very special guest, Mr. Angel. Back by
everybody.
popular demand.
Yeah, popular demand, and he's not that.
Everybody-
He's been cheating on you, Josh.
Everybody likes.
He's been cheating on you.
You've been cheating. You've been on other podcasts.
He has
since you've been
He's
here.
a dirty whore.
Angel, of all the women that we've had on the podcast, you are by far the least annoying.
Oh, thank you.
And the prettiest.
Yes, absolutely. You have the best skin tone for sure.
Well, and the most voluptuous
my-
breasts.
That he does. Oh my goodness, look at those things.
So we've got a big show today. We got lots of stuff to get through. So let's get right into it. We did receive some voicemail from the man himself, Mr. Slightly above average size Rab. So, of course, I'm going to go ahead and assume that, like always, he's calling us from his car, endangering the lives of many of those around him.
Especially the ears of those who are about to listen.
Oh, yeah, well, we might as well see if we can't get him to give a little something.
But let's see what Rab had to say this week.
Guys of the Chantarant Podcast, how are you? This is myself, Rab. I have didn't send you a voicemail last week because I was still in kind of a state of rigor mortis. Because Dirtbag Olympics Part 2 just had me crippled laughing. Oh my God. I can't say I've ever laughed so hard at a podcast in a long time. So guys, that was just absolutely epic. And if anything, I was really looking forward to running into Adele at Cookstown, but I didn't actually see her. But I honestly don't think I'll be able to look at her again without pissing myself laughing. You guys were so cruel to poor Adele. You give her all the worst stories to read out. But hey, awesome. Yeah, what an amazing podcast. Thanks very much, guys. Right, my piping questions. Number 1, top of the pile. What do you think of the 2-day Worlds format? Yeah, that's an interesting question because it's a bit of a topic of debate in the piping world at the minute. You guys were here in the UK, you attended the Worlds on the 2 days. Do you think it works? You know, the qualification day on the Friday, finals on the Saturday. Do you think it works? I know that you guys in the States do competitions over 2 days. This is the only one here in the UK that happens over 2 days, and it's always a story for debate whether it works or not. What did you think? Do you like our 2-day world format or not? Next question. You guys play with the band that shall not be named, and you play a lot of gigs and stuff, and you know, a lot of concerts and parades and everything. Tell me a name of a tune that is constantly requested over and over again, no matter what the gig it is. And yeah, tell me the tune that's always requested that you absolutely hate. I know for a fact, you can hear my car, I'm driving right now, I'm going to Fuse FM to do my radio show, just finished listening to this week's podcast, and yeah, I know as soon as I go through the door, there'll be text messages in asking for the usual tunes. And for me, and my radio show, it's always either Scotland the Brave, Black Bear, or Amazing Grace, or Highland Cathedral. They're always the ones. And I have to ask, for you guys in the States, is it always Amazing Grace? Don't know. Interesting question. What tune are you sick of being requested at gigs? Now, also, before I go and let us go, this is kind of a serious piping question now, but the UK Championships are coming up, the next major in the calendar. I want to know your opinion, any possible predictions for Grade 1. We've already had Scottish Power lifting the first major, here we are, the second one's around the corner. Do you think Scottish Power are going to do it again? Or do you think it's Inverarys or Field Marshals? Because Field Marshal hasn't been beaten so far at the UK Championships, so yeah, it will be really interesting to see, I don't know, your thoughts, and yeah, everything that's going to be happening at the next major. It's very exciting stuff over here. Would love to know your opinions. Oh, and also, I got an email today to say that I'm going to get my Chanterat shirt in the mail. Yay! Awesome. So, hashtag one of the 6. F you, Joe Brady.
I do love how every single one ends in "F you, Joe Brady" now.
That's brilliant that we have that consistency.
You know, it's probably the only thing that will survive past us in the show will be people randomly saying "fuck you, Joe Brady" and having no idea why.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's mob mentality for you. Okay, so getting to Rab's.
So he's got a couple questions. Yeah.
So 2-day format of the Worlds.
So let's explain that. Why he asked that. They recently changed. Well, a few years ago, they changed it to 2 days, where they have a qualifier on a Friday, and then the finals on a Saturday. They used to do it all in one day.
Why did they change it?
Make it easier, essentially, on everybody.
It seems like there'd be a lot of fucking people playing on one day.
Well, the thing that they say the downside on that is that a lot of bands will go and play on Friday and then not qualify, and then they're standing around in their civilian clothes on Saturday, like a lot of these grade 1s. We saw that last year.
Yeah, a little bit.
So they say that's the downside, but the upside is that it's better for the audience because it's not like, dude, if you listen to all qualifiers MSR, all qualifiers medley, and then the whole fucking thing all over again with another 12 bands in one day, like, that's nonsense.
You gotta be a complete pipe band nerd to appreciate that. That's too much for the
So they split it up 2 days, and then
it's good for the bands that don't qualify. They can just go fuck off to the tent all weekend and get shit faced.
Exactly, yeah. Which we saw that.
We saw a little bit.
But then they say that, like, well, they traveled all this way and they don't even get to play on Saturday. I don't know. Like, you can never win in these situations, in my opinion. But I think it's better.
Wouldn't it be better just because for the whole event, I mean, aren't there vendors and all kinds of things going on? I've never been to the World, so I don't know. But I know here, like in Las Vegas, we have vendors and we have all these people.
Generally, that would be true.
Like
except
double?
if you were there on a Friday, like there's nobody there. Like it's the bands.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
It's the bands.
One,
that are
nothing's open.
qualifying. It's the bands that are qualifying and the bands that are watching the bands.
So straight
qualifying.
business.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
there's nothing
you'll
going
see
on.
you'll see all the bands that aren't playing in those grades, and like they'll hang out and watch the qualifiers just because it's cool to watch those bands play. But no, it's very different than here. Like here
totally
in the States, yeah. I guess the easiest kind of parallel I could draw, or the easiest way I could explain it, is that over there, those contests, those majors and those events are solely driven by piping and people wanting to watch piping performances happen. Whereas here in the States, a lot of the times the piping contests are actually ancillary to a larger festival that has to have attractions and vendors and things like that, and main stage entertainment in order to make money. Like the fact that, like for example, here, in most events will have multiple stages with live entertainment all weekend long. We have a main stage here that's got live entertainment. We had like Seven Nations and some other guys this past year. That would be unheard of at a major or any kind of a championship over there, because they don't want anybody not watching the pipe bands.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Oh, it's awesome. I
That's
mean,
kind of cool.
but
I'd
then
like to see that.
everybody you
That's
see
all
there
that's
is, like,
happening,
way
though.
pipe band nerds.
It's just pipe
That's
bands.
cool.
Yeah, it's only
And
pipe
drum
bands.
majors.
There's
That's
not
it.
like athletics. There's not like
no
the
solos.
Highland dance, any of that
none of
stuff. No, it's straight
Really?
band contest, and it's usually realistically the event, like the actual. If you were going to spectate the event, is only going to be, aside from the Worlds, like when we were in Moira or something, like the actual performances, unless you watched every single band, you're only going to take like 5 hours out of your day to do that, and you're going to stand by the circle and just watch performance after performance.
So you're not going to see family events like I don't know, maybe
No, they have
kids games.
No, they
and
have that.
rides
Some
and that
so
sort of thing?
the majors do. At least
Yeah.
Dumbarton had it. Right?
Yeah,
they had
Dumbarton
they had like
they had like a
rides and shit.
whole they had a whole carnival. They
Yeah.
didn't- They didn't have like athletics and stuff, but they had a carnival. They had food vendors.
And a
But
lot
it's
of
very
the
different format.
Quite focused. It sounds like
it was very odd because it's like pipe bands over the hill, and then this big friggin' carnival, and that's it. Like it's just weird.
There was one. I
Doesn't
think
make
there was
any
one
sense.
beer tent, maybe.
it didn't belong almost. Like
It was
forced.
just I don't know why they did it. I mean, there was a lot of people in kilts on these rides. I noticed,
Yeah.
but because there's a lot of younger
Yeah,
kids
well,
in
with
these bands and
the-
stuff.
There's
But
family. I mean, everybody's
With
got,
the scheduling as well, like
Kids and
most of
bands,
your
really.
if you're competing, the schedule you're playing the entire time. Like there's no downtime. You get off the
once
bus.
you're done.
You get off the bus. You tune. You tune. You warm up. You play. You go grab a beer, maybe 2 beers. Then it's center bands. Then it's back on the fucking bus. Get out of there. Like
well,
a lot of it.
I don't
It's a
know if
lot
that's
of.
always the
It's a
same.
lot of same day events.
That's not
and,
Vegas.
And 1 day events.
that's not a U.S.
that's
in
not.
general.
That's not. Yeah, that's not you.
I mean, the fact that Worlds is 2 days is interesting because most of the events we went to while we were over there were 1 day. You drive up the
Yeah.
same day. Play,
that works for
drive
my
back.
work schedule.
Everything was one day.
I'd say,
Except for-
that'd be great, right?
Except for the world.
That would be great for work.
But the other thing they do too is they only play one set per weekend. So like this UK championship's coming up is MSR, right? Because the first major championship was medley.
Get the
So
fuck out of
every
here.
other time it's
You
they
play
flip
one
it.
set.
You play one set. You don't play both. At the
And
Worlds you play both.
And you don't play mass bands unless you're one
Okay,
of the center
hold on.
bands.
Grade 1 you play both. And then no other grade do you play both.
You never
if
told
I
me any of
remember
this
correctly.
shit
Yeah,
when you
no,
came
it's-
back. You
it's
never told me
totally
any of this.
different.
Yeah, at the Worlds we only played MSR, right? Yeah, get close to the mic, idiot.
I'm sorry.
You don't
leaning
have to get-
across
you don't have
the
to get
table.
too close. He was
hand just leaning up on the table.
he was very interested.
No,
in
it's
the,
good. It's-
in
I
the
don't know
different-
this. I know this
Yeah,
is
so
interesting.
we didn't
I want to go
play-
see what happens over there.
I
didn't
would
play the medley at the
say-
Worlds.
and I don't know very much about how the events over there are managed and funded. I have to assume it has
all
something
paid by
to do with
association.
the association being ungodly fucking rich.
Well, no, it's just different. Like it's there. The associations run the contest. It's not run by individual
Individual
cities or whatever.
groups. Because the thing for us is like the reason we have to do the 2-day format that we do here, or at least I can say for Las Vegas, we have to have pipe bands playing both days for people that are paying to get in, that are patrons. That's part of the pipe band contest is part of the entertainment really for the event.
Yeah. No, I get that. As a person who's just a piper, like I hate it. Like I'd prefer it be 1 day. I understand why they do it. I get it. I just would prefer to get in and out 1 day. If it's when we were over there, man, it was so great to go and come home.
Be done. Yeah.
Just be done. Like, it
well,
was
I can
great.
think of that here because what happens with us is like we'll go to a contest, say in Arizona, And if we've got to work on Monday, we'll drive down Friday, do Saturday, do Sunday, drive down Sunday. We'll drive
come back Sunday night.
and everything's a minimum of like 4 hours.
And they
away.
usually make you stay till 5.
Usually make you
3,
gotta
4
stay-
o'clock.
yeah,
If you want travel money, you got to stay
It's
through
funny-
closing ceremonies.
It's funny that Rad brings this up because I sent in a voicemail to his show that actually probably ended up coming out on the podcast this week on the Big Rab Show podcast because the pipe band podcasts world is so incestuous. But I sent him a thing about how how that's structured here.
Good.
And how when we talk about bands having to travel for contests and how expensive contests are for us, it's a 3-day weekend like every time.
Well-
It's you're driving out on a Friday, paying for hotel, playing all day Saturday, paying for hotel, playing Sunday, either paying for hotel again or driving back. So it's like taking a 3-day vacation every time you go to an event.
But the difference is we only go once a month. They go every friggin' weekend.
Every weekend. Yeah, there's not as many events.
Yeah. But, and there's positive, I mean, who wins? I don't know. It's
and
fucking,
everything's more expensive there.
like I hear Rad talk about like, oh man, it sounds so great the way they do it over the U.S. and the mass bands thing. They do center bands. They don't do mass bands. Blah blah blah. Like I would rather do it their way. He would rather do it our way. Like it's just because it's different.
I think I prefer mass bands just because, especially working in like marketing, having that
Well, we know the audience
visual,
loves that.
having
Yeah.
that visual, having that wall of pipes.
Once you've done it, say 3 times, you're way over it.
But also, didn't he mention
As
something
a
about
performer.
the sound of, you have mass bands, you have everybody all together, so you can have the likes of Field Marshal standing next to, the band that should not be named.
No. Well, no.
You got a shit sound for those that
Well,
it's truly
you're
a
saying
shit
over there?
show. Yeah, over there, they don't have that.
No, it's all grade ones.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm
6 of them,
saying.
and whoever gets picked that week to do it or whatever it is.
We don't do that. We just put
Well,
everybody.
we
Put
played,
everybody in.
We played.
Yeah.
I mean, even as a 3B, we played center bands when we were with the Breeze.
First weekend
Yeah.
only, right? That was the only time we did it, right?
No, because we did it with because I didn't play the first weekend. I definitely played it once at least.
I think you're thinking of drum majors.
No, the drum majors was the first weekend.
We didn't play it in.
I don't think we played center bands first weekend. We played drum majors the first weekend because that was the one where you had to shit your pants.
No, but we did center bands for that for sure that week.
Poop story.
I don't
Poop
remember
story.
exactly, but
If you haven't
But-
seen the poop story,
Possible. I
go
could
check
be
out
wrong.
the vlog at the Band and Shop Named YouTube channel.
yeah, it's awesome.
This is a quick
anyway.
segue. You may have heard me just crack open a beer from the Roughtail Brewing Co. from Oklahoma.
Yeah, we got to give a shout out to apparently one of the 6 who.
One of the 6, Brad Kenna. Hey, dude, he sent us these fantastic beers all the way from his brewery in Oklahoma.
Serious?
He sent this T-shirt, this sweet T-shirt that I'm wearing.
I see.
So,
he sent us a couple glasses.
yeah, a couple glasses.
Very nice.
So, Brad, over at Roughtail, thank you, dude, for being one of the 6. You're a fucking rock star, brother.
Yeah, man, we appreciate it.
This IPA is delicious.
Is that what you're drinking?
I'm
right there?
drinking. No, I'm drinking this orange. Something to do with orange. I don't remember what
No,
it's
it's super good.
called. But it's good. Only
This is the best thing someone sent us since Joe Brady's booze cupcake.
that's true.
Which-
Actually,
which-
it's the only thing somebody sent us since then.
I
but-
don't know if I told the story on the podcast, but the booze cupcakes actually, because they could only get delivered like at 3:00, they had to get delivered to my office.
Oh yeah, you told the story.
Yeah, so it was like my boss was like, "Why is some random guy from Carolina sending you fucking alcohol
Your
cupcakes?"
homosexual lover.
He's my
Hey.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I would
That's
say
not a very diverse statement.
I would say Joe Brady could
There's nothing wrong with that.
He could be a potential hetero life mate.
Absolutely.
I mean, for a guy that I've never hung out with.
I mean, he looks like Anderson Cooper, so he
Yeah, he
very
does.
well could be,
Okay, so back to rap.
Yeah.
So his second question was about tunes you hate.
Oh, this is a good one.
Easy.
Because
I
I've
got
got
the
an
answer. I
angel
got a
easy
fucking
one.
answer.
Wait, we got to.
All right, so
It's so funny
Hold
that
on
he
just a
said,
sec.
okay.
I just want to qualify. Like he was asking, what do you get asked to do a lot? I'm just going to open this up to tune that you absolutely hate because, I mean, we all get the same request. Scott and the
Well, let's
Brave,
do
Highland
both.
Cathedral,
I'm gonna tell you, it-
Amazing Grace.
Let's
and-
do one of each. Let's do a tune you
I don't
fucking hate
fucking
and
hate this one so much. I'm just sick of it.
All right, well, go
And
ahead,
it's
you
so
start.
funny. He says
We'll see
Amazing
where this
Grace,
goes.
which is literally an American slave tune, right? If you go back, let's
Oh
be
yeah,
honest here.
no,
Right?
You're
Right?
you're 100%
That's where it comes from.
Yeah.
Is an American slave tune. Now,
was written on a slave boat, right? The guy was traveling
I
between
wasn't on it.
Africa
I
and the
wasn't
U.S. or
there
something. It was a
on
white
the
guy.
boat.
Though.
But you wouldn't have been there,
I
Angel.
wasn't there.
Yeah. By the way, in case you can't tell, Angel's black.
I am black,
That's why he knows this.
but
I'm only half.
As a white American, I know nothing about black history or British history.
I'll teach you.
as I've been told.
I'm only half from the waist down.
Anyway, Angel, go ahead.
That's why I have to
So
wear
you hate
pants all
Amazing
the
Grace,
time.
is what you're
Well,
telling
I
us?
don't hate Amazing Grace. It's just funny that he hates it. Because
Well, he's sick of it.
yeah, sick of it. Because when I'm sick of the requests that I'm sick of, Danny Boy.
Danny Boy.
Danny
Really?
Boy.
Is that because you don't know it and you can never play it when they ask for it?
Oh, well, no, for a while I didn't. I learned it just
Hashtag
for...
Angel still doesn't know his music.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. That's fun. And
I get Danny Boy. Yeah, I understand that one.
Danny Boy.
One, it doesn't work.
Eric and I started playing it this last year together. Just... Where's Eric anyway?
I don't know.
I'm assuming Thailand.
Is he in the change?
If we don't know where they are, they end up in Thailand.
He's in Thailand with Cahill. Getting white knuckle hand jobs.
Absolutely. So
You know what? Speaking, I mean, I don't want to go back to I don't want to go to the Grace Note Vortex thing too early, but
we're gonna go back.
Isn't
to that many
it great that we can say white knuckle hand jobs on our show and not worry about it?
not worry about getting disqualified
Yeah,
from.
who's gonna get us in trouble? The Queen of England gives white knuckle hand jobs to Danny Boy. Come at me, bro. Like,
What are you gonna do, bro?
that's very inappropriate.
Hey, I mean, not everybody can be brave like us, Josh. I mean,
Brave or stupid?
I think stupid.
it's very fine line.
Little column
Very
A,
fine
little
line.
column B. Really? Okay, so tune you hate, Danny Boy.
I don't necessarily hate it. I just, it's just
You're
dumb.
over
You
it?
get asked over and over and
So-
over and over. And over.
I would like.
It doesn't even matter if it's St. Patrick's Day or not.
I would-
in the crowd.
No, I get it all the
Danny
time.
Boy, come on, play Danny Boy. Like, fuck,
Yeah.
okay.
I would definitely like to shit on Amazing Grace.
Okay.
Not that like I understand like the reverence for the tune, and at times it's appropriate. The problem is because so many people, that's the only fucking bagpiping tune that they've heard.
Mm-hmm.
They've heard Amazing Grace on bagpipes. Especially here, they tend to like ask for it when it's completely inappropriate.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like, oh, like we're dancing on the bar, we're doing hornpipes,
Agreed.
like girls are getting their
Agreed.
tits out, everything's going great. And it's like, yeah, you know what we rock? Play Amazing Grace. Like, that'll remind us of all of our dead friends. Like, nah, that's not really appropriate for the tone right
Wait
now.
a minute.
Dude.
There is a band here locally that has changed it. The timing. I mean, was it Cajun?
I was just going to talk about
Cajun
that.
Grace or something?
Maybe that's more appropriate to play Cajun Grace in those circumstances.
You know what I think would be even better than playing Cajun Grace is if you had the inkling, if you had the itch all of a sudden to play Cajun Grace, instead shove your head into the fucking garbage disposal and turn it on. or like drink acid or something. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Like sometimes I think about, I should play Cajun Grace this gig, and then I come to my senses. I'm like, instead I should slit my wrists.
Absolutely. Yeah. Here's how bad it gets. And I've done this. The band in town, one of the bands in town plays it. And back when we used to be friendly with them, they would do it when we'd all play together at some event. And I would just fucking stand
Hey,
there.
watch
Like,
out for
I'm
that.
so
Watch out for
against-
that mic stand.
I'm so anti fucking Cajun Grace that I will just stand there. I know Cahill's with me on this. We've discussed this. He'll just fucking stand there. Like, I will not do it.
Isn't it a
Like,
group of
fuck
people
you.
that like are kind of like Cahill that play that? Because I remember being at the Rio.
Firefighters? Yeah,
There
absolutely.
you go. I didn't want to say that. I don't want to say it.
Yeah, they do it all
I'm not
the goddamn
smashing on
time.
it.
I know we're
Service
on
bands?
we're on a segue.
Yeah.
We're on a segue inside of a segue inside of an
Many a-
intersection.
Yeah.
We've talked before about creating the Chanter Rant drinking game. I think now's as good a time as any to create the Chanter Rant drinking game. So
I think we should start. Yeah, absolutely.
first, I will lay out the rules of the Chanter Rant drinking game. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to lay out the rules. You know who should lay out the rules? Someone that's a higher power than me, Fusco.
Oh, who is that? Who are you talking about?
I'm thinking we have to potentially call upon God
You think so?
to lay out the rules of the Chanter Rant drinking game.
All right. Well, let me see if I can summon him, but hold on just a sec. God, are you there?
Yes, my son.
God, we had a request on this week's podcast. I was hoping you might be able to help me with something. We're looking for some rules. We want to come up with a game, a drinking game specifically related to the Chanter Rant podcast. Can you help us with that?
I'm great at creating rules, especially in groups of 10.
Excellent. So can you give us possibly, let's just stick with 3. Give me 3 rules that we should use for the Chanter Rant drinking game.
Rule number 1 of the Chanter Rant drinking game. Thou shalt drink when anyone hits their mic with their headset.
That is a good rule, because it does seem to happen to us, unfortunately, very often. We're obviously not professionals like Grace Note Vortex and record with our phones. So, and without, just earbuds. So we just knock into things all the time. But okay, that's a good one. Can you give me a second rule possibly that might work for us?
Rule number 2. Thou shalt drink when Andy says he will edit it out later.
Well, okay, that's not a bad rule. I think that should maybe be a shot rule, because that only happens once or twice an episode, maybe. On a bad day, maybe a few times. But I like the rule.
Question the Lord.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, God. I don't mean to question you, Angel. You're right. You would know better than I. You come from a superstitious culture.
Holy shit. Here we go.
God, give me one more rule. We need one more big rule. Let's say somebody's got a bottle of 151. What would force them to have to drink a shot of 151, for example? Give us the best rule of the game.
Thou shalt drink a shot of 151 every time #one of the 6 sends in a picture of their tits.
Well, how would the audience know this?
Take their fucking word for it.
Okay, that seems fair enough. I like it. I think we've got a good idea for a start of a game. Anyway, we'll start with those 3 rules. Maybe we'll come back. But God, thank you for joining us. We will.
Yeah, no worries. I got a lot of prayers to ignore, so I'm going to get back to that.
All right. So thank you again, and maybe we'll talk to you next episode.
Let's go.
Yes,
hey,
sir. Yeah.
Are you all right, dude? Like you literally just went in. Your eyes rolled back into your head. I had no idea what the hell was going on.
Did I drink too much? Did I black out for a second? What happened?
Well, it was probably this freaking fantastic Rough Tail Brewing Co. beer
Goddamn
that
growler that they sent. Man, I am
really did
I
it
am
for
really hammered right now. I'm almost. I swear, I'm seeing God.
Oh, did he give you rules for the Chain drinking game?
How did you know that?
Was it a fourth wall break, so we don't have to recap them?
I believe it was. So.
Okay, cool. So that's good.
Excellent.
Back to Big Grabs. Tunes you hate.
So, okay, can I go now?
Yeah.
All right. So, what am I sick to death of hearing? I will tell you what. What's that tune? Freebird. Everybody, goddamn. All right. Let's talk about the request for Freebird. Now, I'm not saying it's a tune that. Rab didn't say a tune we play. He said a tune that we asked for.
Yeah.
How many? All right. Every goddamn asshole on the planet thinks it's funny when you're a musician to yell out Freebird, right? Have we all had this experience?
Yeah, totally.
It's so fucking annoying. It's like what's under your. It's just as annoying as the what's under your kilt thing that some smartass in the audience thinks is original. For the 7,000th time we've heard the request for Freebird. It's not funny. It's never been funny. Has it ever been funny? I don't know.
Everybody knows the proper response to that, by the way, right?
Fuck you.
What's that?
When someone says play give us
put a trash bag over your head and
like
shoot
give
yourself?
us Freebird, you flip them off and you say no charge.
That's a good one. Yeah, absolutely.
That's clever.
So
I learned that playing rock clubs as a teenager.
yeah, you learn these things early in Vegas. So that
That's
was
also
my,
where I learned she can't get pregnant if she keeps her heels on.
Really.
What?
Is that how that works?
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Okay.
So I want to flip that question around though too, just because it's fun, because it's a good question. So we know what we don't want to hear requested, but tunes you actually hate, and I'm going to go first in this one because this is easy for me.
Yeah.
Josh loves to fuck with me on this one because he knows how badly I hate this fucking tune. Everybody's got one.
I know where this is going.
Absolutely 100% hate. Josh, want to play it for us?
Itchy fingers.
No. Cullen
Oh
Bay.
my god.
Fucking hate Cullen Bay. I don't know if it's because Desert Sky, the band that previous to the band that shall not be named, used to play it.
That cannot be named.
It's like the only tune I've ever heard in 5/4. It's so wanky. There's something so wanky about it. I fucking hate it.
I could have sworn you used to like wanky things.
No, I love to wank, if that's what you mean. But no, I hate this goddamn
I
tune.
can't think of a tune that I like straight up hate.
Oh, come on, everybody's got one.
Like when I hear it, like when you hear it, your balloon knot puckers, right? Like
Oh, it just sets me off. Like you'll see my neck start to
Angel,
twinge
do
when
you
Cullen
have
Bay
a,
starts
do you have
happening.
a like tune that absolutely
must
sets
have
you
one.
off every time?
Swing low, sweet chariot on the pipes.
There's one tune, and I can't say I hate it. It's just every time I hear Andy play it, it drives me fucking crazy. And especially if I'm frontman with this guy cheering the crowd on, like, yeah, Yeah, it's a
Oh,
jig.
he did tell me this.
Andy, do it. Watch your arm.
Wait, what tune is this? Oh, we're gonna watch your arm.
Watch
Swear to
Angel get angry. Ready?
Oh God.
You guys can't see, but Angel just threw up blood into his cup.
So is it just because I play it all the time? Is that why?
It might be. It might be. I've been listening to it for a few years.
Yeah, I gotta get a
goddamn
new
time.
tune.
Yeah,
It makes
It's just
everyone
so
happy.
easy and people love
everyone
it.
happy.
I've been playing the same crowd pleasing tune for like 20 years, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, we're all sick to death of that one too. But I mean that just comes with fucking hearing it 1,000 times. But no, I get that. Angel has expressed that to me. So you don't have anything you hate, really.
I don't think I have any tunes that I outright dislike.
A few episodes ago, I did this on purpose for Cahill because I know how badly he hates it. But Rakes and Mallow, we know Cahill hates Rakes. So I did that on purpose just to fuck with him.
Never mind. I agree with Cahill. No,
That is a
I'm changing my answer to
God-awful
Rakes of
tune.
Mallow.
That is a fucking terrible tune. Piper should not play it. It's crap.
No, that gives me the sideways poops when I hear that one.
So anyway, let's move on.
So
The next question.
closing out Rap's message, which is turned into the first third of the episode.
That's right. Because Angel's trying to avoid our actual topics.
Rab
why I'm
wanted
here.
to know if we had any predictions for the upcoming UK championships.
Now we don't have actual predictions, but
Why not?
we did get in contact with some friends of ours
Yeah.
who do have predictions. So we're going to turn it over to them. And
Well, what we actually ended up finding was a newsreel in a time capsule that perfectly predicted this year's UK championships.
yeah, for 2018, it's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Crazy.
It said, "Do not open until 2018. Don't give to the colored peoples."
Where did you find it?
It was buried in Rab's backyard, so I don't know.
Yeah, we're not exactly sure, but so. Oh, here we go.
No, is that it? That must be the real. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2018 predictions for the UK Channel Rant podcast. My name is Dirk Spitme, and with me, as always, is Shakira Nightfall, my hopeful co-host.
Thank you for having me, Dirk. We're happy to be here.
No problem, Shakira. So, as we're looking at the Great Four contest, we have the Mid-Ulster Dallybrooks band coming in last. The Ballyhorse McBrief Fucks coming in for a close second in drumming, and the Silly String Fanny Horse Pipe Band taking the first in piping overall. What do you think of that, Shakira?
That was pretty shocking, I would agree, because I thought for sure Sad Pants Triple Gang was going to come in first place, but they dropped the ball this year, and these things happen.
Unfortunately, Field, Slappy, and Penguin District did not even qualify for the Grade 4. In Grade 3B, we had Faircross and Satan Regional coming up from behind to take the second place from Cake Farts and District. Luckily, Cake Farts and District will never sit down on the job.
And coming in first place was Eternal Virginity Pipe Band. They really came out strong in Grade 3B, and we're very happy for them. However, we would really like it if they would get some females in the band so they would not be virgins anymore.
They do seem a little pent up there, Shakira.
Yes.
Coming into Grade 6A, which is a grade specifically for champers and pads, we have Slapshanks and Buttfuck, as well as Fake Name and District Pipe Band.
Absolutely. Inverted Anus Pipe Band also competed along with Crapshoot Montgomery. However, first place was taken by Hot Tenor Society.
I'd love to take the Hot Tenor Society in their first place. At Grade 1-B, we have Sloppy Cocks and Ballyhoo, all the way from Ballyfuck, nowhere, Ireland. Followed closely by Slapcock and Willie Dick, and of course the Hail Satan and District Pipe Band, straight out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Unfortunately, as it turns out, in Grade 1B, 1A, 2B, and 2-4, Klaus Kelt wins it all once again because they're sleeping with the judges.
Absolutely. When in doubt, sleep with judges, play up, play down, go every which way. That's what they do in Kloskelt. They go every way.
Never be afraid to work the pipe, stroke the shaft, and swallow the gravy if you want that win, kids. And thank you for tuning in to the UK Championships broadcast brought to you by the Chanter Rant Podcast, the world's worst bagpiping podcast since 1942. Now, for the weather, we have our good friend Chubbs Banglejones.
Well, don't mean nothing, goddammit. I still can't vote.
Shut it, Chubbs.
All right, put him back in the closet, please. We can't have him around here.
Thank you very much for tuning in to this especially special broadcast, and we can't wait to see you on episode 64 of the Grace Note Vortex podcast in the year 2774.
Jesus Christ.
Man, I'm amazed.
that was remarkable.
That belongs in a museum.
Something.
I'm a little confused as to the band names. I mean, it was definitely had a different style of naming bands back then.
Well, it was a different time, the
that's
40s.
That's true. I mean,
You have to
nowadays
keep in
they
mind,
just-
too, a lot of the bands are actually named for the region that they're from. So, like, for example, Slapshanks and Buttfuck, they were from the Buttfuck Hills right out of Slapshanks, Ireland, which is near Cork.
Is it? I did not realize that.
Well, read a fucking map, Fusco. I can't do everything for you.
I'm sorry.
Slapshanks.
I just figured we'd be like, a lot of these bands would be like Scottish Power and just pay off the judges, and that way they wouldn't have to worry about it.
It's actually funny that you bring that up,
Is it?
but we're not doing that segment right now.
Oh, okay. We'll cut that out and do it later.
Wait, everybody drink. Everybody drink. Yeah, I'm gonna get the bell, and every time we do one of the rules,
ding it.
I'm gonna ding the bell. That's gonna be how we drink for the Chanarant drinking game. All right, so moving along, we actually in news there is a return of sorts of a certain 6-episode failed experiment called Grace Note Vortex.
Oh yeah, and the new absolutely.
Now, Angel, are you a fan of Grace Note Vortex? Have you listened to them at all?
Never.
Are you even familiar with what it is?
Don't even fucking know.
That's right. That will be like one of the other 3 billion people on the planet that have no idea who they are. But that's okay.
So what do they do?
They are a podcast that has something to do with physics. I don't know. There's something to do with vortexes. I don't know what that is.
Wait a
Something to
minute.
do with bagpiping in a black hole.
Yeah. So I don't really know what they do because they have only had 7 episodes. We're still figuring it out.
So
But
originally,
they did come back. So
Apparently, we literally goaded them into recording again because we used to give them shit for doing 6 episodes over like 3 years and then just quitting their podcast.
right.
And they actually released an episode 7 very recently entitled "The Vortex Awakens."
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, so I'm assuming it's a play on episode 7 of Star Wars.
The
Force Awakens,
You're
which-
probably right.
Which I'm glad for because that means that we'll get a Grace Note Vortex episode every 2.5 years, like we'll get a new Star Wars movie.
That's a very good point. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited that they're back. At least it gives us another. It gives me another podcast not to listen to. So
Yeah, of course.
but I will say this just
Where are these
because
guys at?
in honor they're from
Scotland.
yeah, they're all Scottish, but
Okay.
essentially
It's a small
they play with
island
different
nation.
bands.
Heard.
Although you'll be interested,
You may have
Angel
heard
will
of it.
find this interesting. One of them plays with Dalco, Triumph Street. One of them
Yep.
plays with.
Just north.
Wait, they're allowed to talk about what band they play with?
They are. They're unlike us.
Is that because they don't piss enough people
They
off?
don't piss anybody off, and they are allowed to compete. But another one plays with Police Scotland, Glasgow, whatever the fuck they're called. Formerly Strathclyde Police. I don't remember the name, but whatever they're called.
I believe it was
the third one hasn't
Slapshanks
showed
and
up.
Buttfuck Pipe.
Yeah, that's who they play with.
Slapshanks and what was it?
But I did listen to their most recent episode actually, just because I
Just out of morbid curiosity.
just to see what they got
Oh,
going
well,
on.
what
you
did you
have-
learn? What did
Especially
you
if you have to take a particularly long dump, it really helps you a lot.
Oh yeah, it really gets it out of you. But
What did you learn?
this is what I learned. I learned that I would be happy to help these gentlemen if they want to get on Skype sometime with me and work on their sound quality. We can certainly help them with that.
I don't know. I think there's something to be said for like the raw two dips sitting around a phone in a kitchen recording format. I think that they're it's raw. It's got that personal feel.
It does. It does feel like something homemade, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, something homemade. Like
I'm interested.
Shit.
However,
It's organic, like poo and arsenic.
no, actually, I did enjoy the episode. It was quite fun.
No, I was just glad. Okay, all jokes aside, I'm just glad that they're doing the show again because I actually used to listen to the show well before we started
Before we
doing
started this,
the
yeah.
Chanarant podcast. So, and I'm glad that the first episode was essentially a love letter to us. Thanks for the free airtime, guys.
Yeah, we appreciate
this is us giving you airtime in return.
Yeah, this. Enjoy it now because after this, we're going to forget about you because you won't do another episode for quite a while.
Well, I mean, they can always be mentioned by sending us pictures of tits.
Absolutely, we will mention that for sure.
There's a group of guys.
Yeah, there's 3 dudes.
God, I hope so.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was fun to listen to. They essentially repeated what Rab says, and they listed a bunch of pipe band names, just like we just. Well, I mean, the thing that we found.
Well, I think theirs were real though.
right, absolutely. No, those were real, and
I mean, ours were real in the 40s when that was made.
right. But yeah, no, it's awesome they're back. I'm actually quite excited. So Stu and Stu, we're happy to have you back. Thank you for coming back.
It's good to pretend to listen to you on occasion.
Yeah. Well, by the way, why is everybody in Scotland named Stuart?
Yeah, the phone book must be fucking terrifying.
It's the goddamn ridiculous.
It
Angel.
must be, they call the phone book the S section with others.
Angel, do you have any thoughts on this subject?
No.
I didn't think so. Okay. So let's move on, shall we? Thanks again, Grace Note Vortex. Thank you.
I will be listening. I'm going to have to listen one time.
So, what else should we talk about? I guess we can get to our main subject. Or?
We can
about?
get to the topic of the evening.
What is the topic of the evening?
So the topic of the evening is, and Angel actually picked this topic.
did.
Our good friend and guest, Angel.
Don't let him fool you when he rejects this right off the
So
top.
the topic of the evening is diversity in pipe bands.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So in proper Chanarant form, we have 3 men here to talk about this.
This is the problem here we have here is that there's not much diversity here. The only diversity is you got me.
We try to invite diversity.
You got me. You're missing the homosexuals. You're missing the women.
It depends on what band you're playing. Because
But
there's.
I feel like I can speak
Well,
on
hold
their
on.
behalf.
Hold on. What you're saying here in Vegas or in pipe bands in general?
I'm talking about in this episode. You're missing right now.
You're right about that.
contribute.
Hey, we tried. We tried to have a female and a Hispanic on, and we have you, of course. What are you?
I'm half Hispanic.
Half
So
Hispanic
that
and
counts.
half.
I'll
half.
count it.
You're half black, half
Half
Hispanic, half white, and half.
I have no
half
white.
gay.
Right. Okay. So perfect.
Maybe. I'm still on.
Well,
Jury's still
hey,
out.
we
I
tried.
might
We
be
tried
gay.
to have
I
a
think
female Mexican on.
I'm gonna come out of the gate swinging.
Okay, let's hear it.
Immediately. I think that our definition and expectation of diversity in the band that shall not be named is so different than
Everywhere
any
else.
other band anywhere in the fucking world.
Except maybe
Whoa.
California.
Oh, yeah, see, what
Except for
about
Compton
California?
and District.
Well, yes.
Waffles and chicken waffles. Pipe
South
band.
Chicken and
Central,
Waffles pipe band?
Yeah, South Central
South
Caledonian
South-
Waffles is the name of the
South
band.
Central Caledonian Waffles. When I used to play for them, I was the diversity hire.
Yeah.
They're like, we need someone to show us how to tie our ties, and I was like, all right, cool, I'm in.
I'm telling you, the pimp major was happy.
Dude, the pit major kept his
you
low
left.
hand strong. You know what I mean?
His bottom man.
Absolutely.
God, what a hat though.
But it's interesting. I mean,
this is gonna be nothing but black jokes, isn't it?
No. We're gonna offend
We're gonna go to
everybody.
the gay jokes next.
we're going after everybody. Don't worry.
We're gonna offend everyone.
But
Okay.
in the band that shall be named, let's just lay a baseline of expectation. So we have
we
have Angel, who's black. We have a couple of black guys in the band. We have Mexican female. We have a gay guy.
Well, we don't have to get too specific.
No, but I'm just.
I feel like okay. So like for
that's not specific.
We have homosexuals.
for
we're all over the
diversity,
place.
like we have
We have no Chinese.
we have African American
right.
descent covered. We have Hispanic descent covered. We have male and female. We have homosexual and heterosexual. We have religious and non-religious on multiple spectrums.
Oh, yeah,
we
all
have,
over the place on
we
that.
have like religious Mormons, religious Christians, religious Jewish.
Jews. We have some
Yeah, we have
Jews.
Jewish religious people. We have people that aren't religious at all.
We have a Lebanese Angel.
Yeah, that's
Who's
true.
Lebanese?
You
No,
aren't you?
I'm not
Oh,
Lebanese.
sorry. You look
We have,
Lebanese.
Pashtun.
I was born in another country. I wasn't born here.
We have people that are from America, people that are not from America.
That's true.
Yeah, I feel like
We do?
we're
Yeah, we have the girl from
We have
Mexico.
non-American? Oh, yeah, she's...
we have people that aren't American. Like I feel like we have
We've had British people in the band over the
we have a
years.
fairly we've had some British people.
We're about as
We've had
diverse as
some
they get.
Expats.
Mr. G, where's he from?
He's
We're
Liverpool or something.
we're a pretty fucking diverse band. I
think
would
so.
say overall.
Absolutely, yeah.
Granted, we're not very sensitive to that diversity at all.
Not even a little bit.
No.
But I think I would imagine maybe in the Western United States that's maybe normal, but I would guess most other places that is not normal. Especially
there's
the
got to
UK.
be no way. Yeah, like UK, there's nothing except for
Dude, it was
white Christian.
We were over there. It
black
was
people there. Are they allowed?
dude. It was white as white
Are there,
could be.
are there
over
black people allowed? I'm going over there at the end of the summer. I don't know if I'm allowed to go to
It
the
was
goddamn...
whiter than my bare ass in a snowstorm.
Your ass is white.
there. Other than the American bands that were there,
How about those guys from India?
Like I'm
you always
from
see those guys, don't you?
I'm from the Southwest United States. I've never seen that many white people congregated in one place ever.
Dude, it was Angel, you would be like, what did I get myself into? No, it was
that too. Like, I mean, there's not a lot of religious diversity. There's like
It's Catholics.
It's Catholic and Protestant.
Yeah, Protestant and Catholics. Like, whoop-de-doo.
It's not a lot of Mormons.
I mean, I don't know how open the whole homosexuality thing is over there. I don't know how well they're dealing with that in the UK.
There's a couple I know of, but I don't know. It's not like a big,
And like here,
they're not flying the flag.
in the Southwest United States. It's like, fuck it, like you do you. I don't. And I think this is where we're gonna get so many fucking angry people writing in. I think that we're almost very good at not giving a shit.
I
Go
would
on with
agree.
that.
I agree.
Like we're
Please.
almost very successful at just not giving a fuck of what your background is, as long as you're have a pipe band background. Like really, that's the only thing in your history we give a shit about is have you played before? Are you interested in playing? Are you going to practice? Are you going to be involved? Like everything else, we can work around your holidays. We can work around whatever other things you have to do.
In this band that we
I'm
are
actually
members of, I have to agree. Because
So-
we've accommodated some crazy fucking schedules.
Well, I'm curious. You say that like a very white male. I'm curious. Does Angel agree that? Do you think pipe bands in general are just like fuck it, nobody gives a shit? In your experience?
I can't say that. My experience, I can't say that. My experience is limited, and I know that.
Limited to just us, you mean?
Well, just us, and also, like I said, in Los Angeles, South Central, Caledonia and Waffles pipe band.
Well, right.
That's where Angel and I first met.
That's where we first met. And the pimp major, Tyrone. But seriously, though, I don't have a lot of experience.
And the
You
pimp,
guys know that.
Not to mention the pimp Sargent. They
Well,
don't know how to pronounce Sargent.
I don't mean
know
a lot
why.
of experience, but you've been in the band a long time. Like, do you
Yeah.
feel like nobody? I mean, does anybody give a shit that you're black and Mexican,
I don't think so.
or do they? Hey, you play pipes? So let's go fucking rock.
No, I haven't had that. I haven't run into that. But I have run into that in, like, gigs. If I'll call somebody and say, yes, this is Angel, your piper.
Right.
Okay, first off, what's your name, boy? Say your name's Angelo. What are you, Mexican, Italian? You got to be Italian. No, the name's Angel. It's actually Angel. And I have a penis. So it's not a woman you're talking to.
Seen it.
And so I've ran into that. And I always get, well, you're not Scottish. How did you get to play the bagpipes?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
how did that start? But that's outside. Inside the band, I have always felt kind of welcome.
I think both things count, though. I think that I think both things count. Like if you, and it's so funny. I don't know, and maybe if we have like UK, Scotland, Ireland, and England listeners that could chime in,
Oh, I fucking
hit
love
us up, #Chanarant@gmail.com. But I'd be interested to know like what happens, like if you get a call for a solo gig and a black dude shows up with bagpipes. Like, are people going to freak? I just don't know. I didn't spend enough time in country, and I never saw any black people while I was there. So
Do they have them? Seriously, outside of England, do they have black people?
they have Idris Elba, but he doesn't play bagpipes.
Angel, have you done that? Like, you ever shown up at a gig and they're like, look at you funny? Like, wait a minute.
Fuck yeah, I have. Absolutely, I have.
Like, did they ever ask? Anybody ever ask you or say anything about it?
No, because here it's too PC. They can't ask that. They kind of look at it and they're like, oh, okay. And I'll walk and say, hey, all right, yeah, I'm your piper. Look, kick me down some cash, motherfucker. You know.
I would love for some
I'm sorry,
bands
excuse
in the deep south to chime in on this.
I mean,
You want me to play for this bitch's funeral or not? No,
Dude,
I don't. I don't
can't-
approach it
listen.
that way, but I have had that look like they expect me to say that.
yeah.
So I can't say that inside the band, again, inside the piping world, my little piping world. I've lived in the Southwest U.S. It's been fairly welcoming. You know, I've had too many problems. I've never ran into that overtly. And there are other bands, you know, like you said, in Southern California, where you're going to find other members, other black players or homosexual players or women. And it seems like the women thing is very common. I can say that, little tangent. I've seen that on videos and movies and shows and whatnot, not just here in the U.S., in the U.K., and around the world. That's a lot more acceptable. But you just don't, I wouldn't say acceptable, more common. You don't see it so much. I don't see it anywhere else. I don't see Mexicans and blacks and Chinese, and maybe I'm not looking in the right places. Maybe I need to look in China.
Well, I
in
mean,
Africa.
there's definitely bands. I mean,
That's the interesting thing to
in
me
those
is like
areas.
there are bands like the Mexico City Pipe Band is a
they're called the
Banda de Gaitas Mexico or whatever that.
I can't think
a
of
bunch
it
of Scottish people moved down there. Is that how it worked out? Or what?
But like
Sand
there's
something or other.
there's incredible like diversity to the piping community, really, just not to the loud piping community. Like in my mind, there's pipe bands. There's pipe bands in fucking Singapore. There's pipe bands in
Right.
China now. Like
Oh, they're definitely in India for sure. Middle
they just
East,
don't.
whatever.
They just don't really, I guess, get as much airtime as all the crackers.
Well, they're not as involved in like going to the Worlds, for example, or maybe social media. I don't know, whatever things that makes the rest of them known. I'm not sure. but-
Drink fucking Costco. Keep your fucking hand off the mic.
I'm so glad we got the bell.
So, but yeah, I wish we had our other guest that was going to be on tonight because she actually came from that.
Actually played,
in
with
that
a band in
St.
Mexico.
Patricia, that's what it is. And that's where she started. And I can't imagine the questions they get. I mean, we get the questions all the time. Like, there's a pipe band in Las Vegas. I mean, we get that all the time. I can't even imagine what they get in Mexico City.
Have you ever been asked? Well, I know for a fact there's a guy, and I'm not going to use his name.
Okay.
He referred to me as when he didn't know he was as, the little black boy, the black boy. You know,
I know who you're talking about, but
the great piper. But
yes,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
As we're getting ready to get some new material, is saying, who's the little black boy? You know what I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
have you? What I'm saying is, have you ever been asked about me in the band?
Yes, and I've been asked about the kid you're talking about. I don't want to say his name, but yes, I've been asked about both. Which is this is why I'm
hilarious
surprised.
because he's a fucking hipster from Washington. Like
I know. I mean, he's
it's like it's the funniest thing to me ever.
he's black in skin tone only. Otherwise,
That's not true.
but
Black
dude,
and white.
my last name is Italian. I get asked all the time, like, why do you play pipes? I get it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I like it. It's my really only reason. I have Irish in my family somewhere, but I mean, for the most part, it's because I like music and I like pipes.
Yeah.
I get it just because of my last name. You must get it all the time.
Fuck, dude.
Like,
my
why
name
do
is
you play
Angel.
pipes? I just
Just started saying, God, you
Bell.
can't, I can't.
Drink.
All right, so yeah, I get it all the fucking time. I do. I get it all the time.
I will say I have the benefit of having a last name that goes well with bagpipes. But still, like even then, you get the question of like, oh, like are you Scottish or are you Irish? It's like I'm fucking American, dude. Like,
Yeah, I get that all the time too. Yeah. What are you?
where are you from?
Like I'm American.
Here, I'm from Nevada.
You know, I don't know what it's like in Scotland or Ireland or outside the U.S. when it comes to this world.
Cold and damp.
But
Angel.
it's a culture. Jesus Christ. Do I have to drink?
That's
that?
a new rule. That should
That's
be
a
a
new
rule.
Wow. Are you okay?
Beef jerky.
Are you feeling okay? That hurt?
I'm just wondering why the chair's smoldering.
Sorry, Angel. Go ahead. I didn't mean to throw you off.
It threw me completely off. You know, it's like, are we in Scotland? They don't run into this, I'm sure, or do they run into this? Are there people they don't run? Are there people that are black in pipe bands? Are there Mexicans that are in pipe bands?
I don't think there's any
in
Mexicans in
Scotland? Are there
Scotland.
people there in Ireland?
There's probably Spanish people. I
People
don't
in
know.
Scotland have no idea that Mexico is a place.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Second
you,
Spain?
You said a second ago. I mean, you play because you like the music, right?
Yes, that's exactly.
That's you know why I play,
I do.
and the reason why I even started.
Your stepdad?
Yeah, my stepdad. He was Scottish. So I grew up because of him. Yeah, he was like my father. He's
Right.
the only guy I really call my real dad was not the greatest man.
Boy, that's ironic.
Easy.
Sorry, I almost went down that
Here comes
road.
the black joke. But this
Wouldn't be
man,
Chanarant without the off
there's-
color.
There's gonna be
No
some
picking
off
at
color.
no picking at the low hanging fruit.
Oh, sorry. Hey,
There will
that's
be
what you
some-
do every goddamn
There will be
show,
some
Josh.
colored joke. I know.
I just hit my stand.
Oh.
But I know that when I decided to start playing was because, when he died, someone had to carry on what he loved. And no one did. None of the other kids were interested. Nobody wanted to do it. And that's when I got involved. I really started taking an interest in it. But that's me. And I get asked that all the time. I drive rideshare part-time. And here in Las Vegas, you meet a lot of people, and I've met people from Scotland, I've met people from Ireland, and I may be wearing a
Pipe band
jacket,
t-shirt or
pipe
something.
band t-shirt,
Yeah.
or a jacket that says Piper on the sleeve, and they'll ask me, so are you a piper? And I'm like, well, I don't like to say that I'm a piper as of yet, but I do play
Right.
the pipes.
Yeah. It's actually
which is fucking bullshit because you're a piper.
Well,
I'm with Angel on this.
Yeah.
We'll go down there another time. But
I've got years to go and a lot more practice to become a real piper.
Sidebar.
And hopefully it'll happen.
I get this question all the time. How long did it take you to play? And so let's just go around the table.
Ooh, what do you mean by
you-
play?
Do you know that's
Okay.
the question you were just saying? Like, oh, you're a piper. Like, I get that question all the time. Like, oh, how long you been playing pipes? How long did it take you to learn to play? How would you answer that question?
I'm still learning.
Yeah,
I say that all the time.
I'm still learning to play.
I say, well, I still consider myself a student. I say it all the fucking time.
Yeah,
like,
so
you never
get to the end.
yeah.
No.
So, but I don't know how to answer that question. Like, it always throws me every time I hear it. Like, well, I've been playing for this long. I consider myself a student. I started playing publicly. Blah. I mean, it's a whole fucking thing.
It's a whole dissertation on it.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not
it's
interested.
also it's a sign of someone who has never like attempted to master anything. Like if you attempt mastery at anything, then you're never done.
That's a stupid question because
Yeah.
it's never over.
Like if you're like, oh, like when did you finish learning to become a great artist? Like, well, never.
Yeah,
You
it
never
doesn't
do.
work that way. Like, it's not like driving a car. Like,
Like
how old were you when you drove
the only
learned to drive a
things-
car? or
The only things that I set out to learn that I eventually finished learning were like how to not shit in my pants and how to tie my shoes.
You're almost there. You got your
You're
shoes
getting there.
down.
you give me 2 more weeks, man. I mean, the shoes are solid.
Dude, that's a funny thing. By the way, I was out Saturday night. Just a real quick side
And
story.
you shit your pants.
No, I was out Saturday night down
You
at
shit someone else's pants?
Vegas, down at Container Park. And sitting across me was this girl who was hammered out of her mind, and she was like thrown up in the bushes, whatever. And we were watching her just fucking sit there for 2 hours. She got up. Eventually, they made her leave with her husband or something. She was walking away, and the person I was with noticed. She's like, she pissed her pants.
She peed. She pooped.
I'm like, dude, have any? I've never been so drunk that I've pissed or shit
I've never
myself.
been so drunk that I've pissed or shit myself.
Yeah,
No.
we were like, you could see it. Like,
not,
it was
not
obvious.
awake. Not awake.
It w-
I've been so fucking drunk that I pissed and woke up.
Oh, really?
Oh.
No, I haven't even done
I
that.
like
Well, you have to
couch.
keep in mind, Angel does not drink anymore
Well, that's true, but back in the day, he
for
was.
a strategic reason.
I remember I was working at a casino.
It wasn't that Angel was bad at drinking; it's that he was too good at it.
I was really good at it. I was dealing on I was a crew, a crap game crew, right? You guys,
I'm like, keep going. I'm not going to go in yet.
God, leave the crap alone.
Low hanging fruit, Josh.
Yeah.
I was working on a dice game. We all worked. It was a crew, 4 guys, right? And we get off and we drink together. We got off work at like 3 a.m. and it was unending kamikazes.
Oh, yeah.
Till the sun came up. Unending kamikazes. And
That's how my grandfather described Pearl Harbor.
the leader of the shit. The leader of the crew was he lived in an apartment. Are you gonna have shit again? Boop.
Clang.
And he lived behind the Stardust. This is a long time ago. Where all the whores and dealers live.
Sure.
Anyway, I fell asleep on his couch at some 2 or 3 in the afternoon because I got off work at like 2, 3 in the morning, and we just got fucking hammered all day. And I woke up. I had to be at work at 7 o'clock that night. I went to sleep. Woke up at 6:59, and I was just covered in piss. And the same thing I was on his couch, right?
Ooh, yeah.
So I called the boss. I say, hey. I fucked up. I fucked up. I drank too much. I can't make it. I'm going to be late. And he's, fuck you. You're not sick. You're not drunk. He said, you're not drunk. You're just calling in sick. And hung up on me.
Okay.
And I was like, thank God. Thank God. I got a great boss. He gave me a break.
Oh my god, yeah.
He let me get away with being fucking hammered.
We've all had that moment where we woke up after a long night of dreaming or drinking, and we're just like, "Who pissed in my pants?
Yes.
Why did somebody piss on my pants? I don't understand.
Which one of you assholes took my pants, pissed in them, and put them back on me?"
I've never pooed, though. Not
See, here's the thing, and we linked it directly to drinking. I can say for a fact I've never gotten so drunk I've peed or shat myself, but I've had some risky farts.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure. Yeah, I mean,
Told that story already.
There's been some evidence. There's been some evidence.
at least I signed it for you. But circling back around,
Where,
Yeah, we got way off track here.
Circling back around so we can make Fusco's editing life easier of the things that he's not going to edit out anyway.
No, we're gonna fucking go with this one.
There we go.
I think that okay, here's what I think I've learned. You know, at the end of every Mr. Rogers episode, we talk about what we learned. I think that the outside world, when it comes to pipe band people and pipe band folk, is actually only becoming less accepting of diversity. Like, you're a black guy, why the fuck are you playing bagpipes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're a girl, why do you play bagpipes? You're Mexican, why do you play bagpipes?
Do you think that's like an anti thing or just a curious thing?
I think it's just people being fucking thick. Like, I think it's just people that can't wrap their head around the world.
Or just the fact that music is music and who gives a fuck? I don't know. Like,
That's
yeah,
interesting.
it blows my mind. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
I know some Scottish people. In fact, I can think of a British guy right now who just would go months and not practice. And then you could say the same thing to me. I mean, he would literally suck. And the better I got, the more I realized he would suck. But he would remain nameless. And he wasn't brown. So I'm saying you can suck in any color. I think you can excel in any color.
You know,
so
it's a great segue.
I think like to the outside world, the diversity problem really is not getting better in any way. Like, no one's gonna like freely. I mean, people won't even freely associate a fucking white dude with an Italian last name with bagpiping.
Mm.
How the fuck are they gonna reconcile Angel like playing at the level he does? Which, don't be wrong, like, you're not great, but you're pretty fucking good.
Thanks.
He doesn't know his music, but
the music.
I know some music.
The music
it
he
may not be
knows
the music.
the music
it may
he
not be the
knows.
music we're supposed to compete with.
it's never band music for some fucking
The
reason.
music he knows is great.
What
I
about
think that
there's a guy next door. Sorry, there's a guy next door in California. He's a pipe major of a band, and not white. In fact, he's of Asian descent.
Okay. I
You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
I watched that son of a gun. Excuse me. I watched that guy go.
watch your fucking language.
No,
What do you think this is? The Grace Note
this guy.
Vortex
He's-
podcast? We can fucking just say son of a gun out of
I've
nowhere?
shared only maybe one word or two words with this guy, but I've watched him over the years. And I watched him in his solo career as he just went, it was like grade 4, I think it was. And grade 4, grade 3, grade 2. And he just excelled. Like, each year he just went up and you could hear it. It wasn't just gratuitous. The man actually got better and better and better and better. And now he leads that band.
Right.
Right? And I always say when, his last name is very Asian.
You can just say it. Nobody cares.
I can't remember.
Takahashi.
Takahashi, yeah. And the guy is, I always look at him whenever I see him and I think, what a fucking good example. I don't set a great example.
I would love to talk to him because I bet you he's got stories because he's got all kinds of things going on. So I wonder,
he's got that hair that he has. He's got that look. He's
like he must get comments
crazy
all
looking
the fucking
Asian
time.
Honestly, I think what it comes down to,
But
is
he's
I
pretty
think
amazing,
that,
I think.
like, to the layman, to the outsider, to the person that's like hiring, they're not very accepting. They're not really with the program whatsoever. I think that all this. I
wouldn't say that.
I think that all this is like a testament once again to the pipe band community and like how much that's all that matters. Like, the pipe band community is I've said it 100 times. The pipe band community is the coolest fucking community that you could ever be a part of anywhere in the world. It's better than like being into like hard tentacle porn. It's better than being into cosplay. It's
Easy.
better than
Easy.
It's better than being a fucking Crowded House fan. Like the pipe band community. Even now, like, I could book a trip anywhere in the fucking world today, aside from maybe Afghanistan, and contact the local pipe band, and they'd be like, "Hey, cool, man! Like, you're a piper, you're in the community, like, you're in our area. Let's hang out. Let's go out for a bev."
But could I?
This part is absolutely true. Absolutely, I think you could. Absolutely,
Anywhere,
Like, it's a
anywhere in
weird
the
fucking thing.
world.
Absolutely.
I've had
and
I felt
because we
welcome
have
with most
because we
people I've
have the
ever met.
reverse here. We have the reverse here of everybody at some point visits Las Vegas.
Right.
And so that's how, I mean, people ask us, how the fuck do you know all these people? How do you know all these higher level players? How do you know all these people in different bands? Honestly, it's just because of where we live. Like, we live in a place that is a tourist destination that people visit. When people visit the place, they contact us because we're the local band, or they've seen us on YouTube, or or they're one of the 6. And they're just like, hey, I'm going to be in town. Are you guys down to hang out? And we're always just like, fuck yeah, absolutely.
Well, except that last time you didn't show up. But yes,
True.
I get it. We get so many. Let me just say,
those were not the 6.
No, you're right.
They were on a stag party.
They were. That's true. But we get so many requests at this point. It's like hard to keep up.
Yeah, like it's one of those things, and
It's ridiculous,
And I
actually.
feel like it's like ubiquitous anywhere. Like never have I experienced more hospitality than when we went to go play
Absolutely.
in Northern Ireland, and people were like, "Oh, just stay in my house
For 5 weeks.
and like
For free.
Like we'll put you up. Don't worry about it." Like,
Dude, have either of you heard of this field marshal thing that happened recently?
what's this? No,
There's even the band that organized.
Grace Note Vortex has already talked about this, and I believe Rab has too. But
What's that?
So
you guys haven't heard about it?
we'll be second to the party.
But in third in this case. But this dude from Utah, the pipe major of the, I believe he's the pipe major of the grade
yeah,
3
the
band.
YouTube video.
Yeah.
Share.
He went over there. He was over there for the British Championships or whatever it was. He just happened. I don't know how it came about, but somebody wrote to Field Marshal and said, "Could this guy jump in and play a tune with you?" So he did.
Just get the clip.
I believe his name's Jeff. Don't quote me on this, but and somebody videoed it and they put it on their Facebook. But it's this dude from Utah playing. He plays with Wasatch and he's a grade 3 pipe major, I believe. And he just, I don't know whose pipes he played, but he jumped in and played with Field Marshal. I think they were playing Green
That's
Hills,
perfect,
whatever.
dude.
Like,
Like,
that's
a
really cool.
perfect example.
That's cool.
Pipe bands.
my pants would be wet if that fucking
That's
happened
cool.
to me.
Pipe bands are the most.
And
Like,
it wouldn't be pee.
Oh fuck!
God damn you.
Son of a bitch.
How many times do you do this?
This is out of the ordinary, actually.
I don't think so. I'm watching. I can see you. People can't.
Normally
And
but
happens
yeah,
like twice.
honestly,
fucking
like,
head just smashes
that's,
into it.
That's the beauty of this community. Like the piping community is the best community in the world because you can do that. Like you could call someone.
That's
we
awesome.
We fucking walked up during the Worlds. We walked up to Richard Parks to see if he'd
In the
take a
beer
drink
tent.
out of our giant fucking flask.
Well, no, we asked to get a picture. He didn't drink out of it, but I was scared to death to even approach him because he's
That's what
Vader.
makes it the coolest. That's what makes it the coolest fucking community in the world.
like we walked up and
Like,
one of
we
our
could
friends
travel-
asked if he would do
we
it.
could travel
He said yes.
anywhere in the world and
That's
say,
crazy.
"Hey, I'm a piper. I'm in the area. What's a cool place to hang out?" And they'd be like, "Fuck you. I'm going to show you."
Right, absolutely. I bet Angel. I think that would. I don't think you'd feel like weird about it at all if you did something like that for sure.
It's like it's better than Airbnb. It's Airbnb. Airbnb.
Absolutely.
Air
In the
pipes and
end,
drums.
everybody. If you're in a pipe band, people like they want to get to know
And
you. for sure.
you know why everyone's like so close knit and everyone like immediately like every time you meet someone that's in a pipe band, it's like you're friends for a long time.
Yeah,
There's no awkward getting over period. It's like, oh my god, yeah, no, we're friends now.
yeah, absolutely. Very.
You know
quickly.
why? Because we're all fucking nerds. Like,
Right.
That's a
Yeah.
given. That's a given.
like
Again,
we're all the people nobody else is gonna sit with.
yeah. It doesn't
Absolutely.
matter
No,
what
that
color
very
you are.
much-
You're fucking pipe band nerd if you're in this shit.
That very much happens. Unless you're in a service band, nobody wants to sit with them.
Yeah.
But
Or unless you have like an award-winning podcast, and then people like really want to sit with you.
exactly. But
Hey,
so, yeah.
we won an award. We're the world's worst, self-proclaimed.
Yeah, self-proclaimed. Either way,
We should do like the big Rab Show awards and just do like a best social media and give it to ourselves.
we should because that's the only way we're gonna win the fucking thing.
That's the only
goddammit.
fucking chance we
What do
have.
we got to do to win that motherfucking award?
We're gonna do it this. We're gonna call it the Scummy. It'll be the Chan Awards.
Whose cock do I got to suck
So you
to
think
fucking
there's a-
win a goddamn award?
You've
I've
offered
offered many
You've offered
of-
to suck more cocks than I think you can handle. If I'm being completely honest.
You don't know that, Josh. You don't know that. I took
I guess-
lessons from this guy.
He's got two hands and a soul, I guess.
I paid him more than one way. Let's put it that way.
So I have a question. Well, not a question. A sort of
A good segue to the end of the show.
yeah. We're heading to the end here, obviously, but I had a submission this week. Well, I was
It's like I told my grandfather, "We're getting near the end. Get it over with."
we're getting to the end, and I did want Angel's opinion on this because I'm curious what Angel thinks of like people that sort of urbanize. Oh fuck! He just did it. It was him that time.
Oh, it was?
That was me.
I didn't see you do it.
So
I'm staring
pipe
at you.
bands that urbanize, if you will, pipe band music. So, and I have a clip here that I'd like to play.
But urbanize is not a good word because you're gonna immediately,
It is in this case.
You're gonna immediately associate urbanizing something with turning it into shite.
Yes, that's exactly my point.
Why fuck with the original stuff?
right,
Okay,
so-
go ahead. Just play it.
God, I hope it's Redbone.
So I'm curious, Angel,
It's gonna be something.
I hope it's This Is America.
tell me what you think.
Cajun Grace or something.
No, it's not Cajun Grace, but it's almost as bad. So here we go.
Sounds like a high school drum line so far.
Sounds like Run DMC.
fucking kidding me?
Is that not the Run DMC beat from 1980, like 84?
I fucking looked at the screen. It's a fucking service band.
Of course it is. Who else would come up with this shit?
I know. Same people that started this.
I mean, even with how bad the drum beat is and all that stuff. Honestly, the only thing I can really zero in on is how
shitty
fucking
the
awful
piping.
the pipes are.
Yeah, I know. That's what I
Yeah,
noticed.
even with the horrible drums, that's what you.
There's
Like
no
the drum
blowing
corps-
issue there.
The
There's no
drum
blowing,
corps,
it's just-
I'm
it's
actually
just
pretty
terrible
okay
piping.
with. Like the drum corps just got asked to do something stupid and they obliged. The pipe corps,
I guarantee
how
you the
do
drummers
they-
came up with that stupid idea. Guaranteed.
How the fuck does the pipe corps manage to, blow like a fucking hot air balloon that's been shot with an RPG while simultaneously getting all the notes wrong to Minstrel Boy?
Yeah,
Dude, not only was the intro bad, like the coming in part, middle was bad, the tone was bad, everything. Look at Angel. Look at this. Look at the uniform. Look at the fucking shoes.
The fuck is he wearing?
Look at this. Why would they do this?
He's wearing some Chucks, and this guy's wearing Crocs.
I don't know what's
Some
going
guy's
on.
wearing
Here.
fucking furry boots.
Hold on. Let's keep going.
Oh
yeah. Drop the beat.
You in a pipe and you hate your fucking instrument and you hate your bandmate play this song. Then you can go and kill yourself.
Angel, you know you're
in
liking
a
this.
fucking bathtub.
It's touching a part of my soul.
Hold on. Let's see how it ends.
Get up with it, girl. Drop it.
Nice.
Oh, at least the cutoff was shit.
Yeah, at least they finished weak.
It was shit, but at least it ended terrible.
So,
Do you know,
does the
all
drum
the-
beat save it? Does the rap drum
No,
beat
no,
save
it
it?
doesn't.
Fuck
No, it doesn't.
Of all the times people fucking write into this show and say all you guys do is complain, this is why we fucking
The whole
complain.
point. Yeah, fuck. Stop putting shit like that on the internet.
Like, if you could just stop making terrible fucking piping band music, that'd be great. And then we'll call it the fucking Channer Joy podcast, and
We'll all get along.
it'll be a 3-minute show. Everybody's like, Fusco, you know what makes me happy? Everything. Show over. Outro music. Yes, we'll listen to what the flower people say.
Man, the world is such a great place, man.
I think this is our outro. Okay, thank you guys so much for being on the show. Thank you, Angel, for coming on and talking about diversity.
Hold on, man. I just want to say the pipe band world's a great place, man.
It's the fucking best.
Everything's
you can possibly be in, man, and we're all happy, man.
Good thing everything's not great with the world, or we wouldn't have a show, man.
Look,
But
man, I
Yeah,
love you.
man.
I love you.
And don't get
I
me
love
wrong.
everybody.
I may take LSD, but that's just to make my dick medium soft.
You fucking dumb.
If it's full hardness all the time, I break my pants.
tell you what, man. I just want to say I love you guys both like brothers. Even you, Angel. You're my brother from another mother.
Yeah, I love you too.
Yeah, brother.
Angel's my brother from the same mother.
Ain't that the truth?
Everybody's had his mother.
And you know that's right.
We grew up together on the mean streets of Seattle.
Well, and on that note,
Yeah, thanks for listening to Chan Rain Podcast. Just, make sure you share, upvote, top
curious.
8, whatever the fuck else you do.
Yeah, share
You're
with
doing more to us than you do the Grace Note Vortex podcast.
I'm just curious. I'm curious to know what the rest of the piping world thinks about this. Is it because the subject with the homosexuals and the Asians and the blacks and the Mexicans and everybody, the Indians. When I say Indians, I don't mean the ones with the feathers. I mean the dot. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
yeah.
I know there's going to be
guarantee
some
you-
fucking feedback.
Somebody's
You guys
gonna
are-
write in.
Sorry,
and
yeah,
this
we'll get
is-
some feedback.
We're gonna get some people writing in. This is exactly what they're gonna say. They're gonna say, "Angel, learn your fucking music."
Yeah, exactly. Don't care what color you are. Learn the fucking music.
I mean, we already allow
order.
one of the
you guys are
world's most
dicks.
persecuted groups. We allow them into the band that shall not be named. The Perverts. We let Andy in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening to Chan Rain Podcast. Please let us know what you think. Send us an email, channeran@gmail.com. Follow us on social media at Channeran. Tune in with hashtag Channeran or hashtag one of the 6. congratulations to everyone who got your shirts, by the way. And
Yeah,
we're going to
that's
be
awesome.
starting the.
Let's see some pictures.
I'd
we
like
haven't
one.
seen
Yeah,
much
come
of
on.
your pictures.
Send us some pictures with your shirts on, and then send us some pictures with some shirts off, and we'll tune the bell
Ayo.
and take a drink. And with that, thank you all for joining in, and we will see you on the next motherfucking episode of the world's worst Fact Talking Podcast.
Salud, y'all.
Peace out, is.
Can we bleep that, please?
Oh, we will bleep it. Oh, wait, we got to drink twice.
We just said we're going to edit something. God damn it. All right, we are.
Are we really going to talk about diversity? Or are we just going to make black jokes all night?
Why not both?
Yeah.
No, we're going to talk about diversity, motherfucker. We're just going to get to it.
Do you have a better idea?
No, this is what he wanted to talk about.
I don't.
This is what he agreed.
I agreed to gays, blacks, Mexicans,
Yes,
and
we're
bitches.
going to talk about.
But all you got was, I agreed to bitches, blacks,
all you got
and
was
Mexicans.
two white guys and one half black dude.
homosexuals.
So we're gonna make it. We're gonna fucking make it work.
He's
How's
also
that?
part Mexican, aren't you?
I'm part Mexican.
And Andy's part gay, so leave it alone.
Only the part that I like.
Just the butthole.
Just the booty.
Okay, so what do you want to play in?
Andy's balloon knot. I like to put my
I have
pee
a
in his
good,
balloon knot.